Hi, salam alaikum. Sulaiman Rahim here. Welcome. Let's see. Hey, brothers and sisters. Welcome to Critical Analytics. Today we're going to discuss the language of time. Here we only deal with mathematics, reason, logic, facts, no conjecture, no beliefs that cannot be proven. We don't deal with such things. One second here, brothers and sisters. So we want to deal with critical analytics only. And today we want to focus on time, the language of time. Most of us don't understand what time is. We see these crazy movies about time machines and things like that, like you can move back and forth in time. No such thing. Time itself is just a measurement. If the universe stood still, there'd be no time. Time is just the act of converting formless energy into energy, giving energy form. That's what time is. So we're going to talk about that. So let's walk through this slowly, carefully. We need to understand these things. You need to get your original mind back, the mind that created heavens and the earth. That's your original mind. And you're so far from it. Most you can possibly believe that you could have done such a thing. But you'll believe that angels from some other dimension, trillions of miles away, can come from there to here, flying on wings through outer space. You believe that. But you cannot believe that we could have gave form to the universe. Because the universe is all mathematics. Everything's mathematics. All you need to know is the language of mathematics. Once you know the language of mathematics, you can do anything. Anything that's mathematically possible. Right now, we're in a situation where we have been disarmed. The beginning of that process started 35,000 years ago with religion that separated you from reality, gave you false realities, illusions, dreams, superstitions that have no connection to the universe. Not one of those religions that exist or ever existed has any connection to the universe, because you can't produce or create anything with them. It's something that you believe. You can't create anything with them, but you can with mathematics. They tell you, well, this is great in mathematics. Well, if it's great in mathematics, you should be able to do more than mathematics. But these religions depend on your belief. And when you go back as far as you know to go back, you see one religion toppling after another, one religion going into destruction, right? Going to the grave after another, one religion after another. But during the time of those religions, those people believed in those religions firmly. The Egyptians, going to afterlife, going through a tunnel of death, or they believe in these religiously. They believe in them. They lived and died some thousand years, but they're going now. They believe in most of them believe in more strongly than you believe in your Christianity, your Sunniism, right? Your Buddhism, your Judaism. Some of them believe in it more fervently than you believe in these religions. And some of the religions today, like far as Sunniism is concerned, Christianity is on the deathbed. As far as Christianity is concerned, Judaism is on the deathbed. See what I'm saying? Even within nowadays, you still call other religious superstitions. Okay? And now the Bible is slowly becoming a book of superstition by many people. But you pay no attention to that. And so you choose to believe in a reality that you can't prove exists. The reality that you believe in, you cannot prove exists. Don't say it's not reality you believe in, because you believe in angels that you cannot see, a God you cannot see, devils you cannot see, right? A heaven that you cannot see, right? A hell that you cannot see, something that's gonna happen after you death, after you die. That's your reality. That's still your reality. You believe in that, but you can't prove it. So don't say you don't believe in. You believe in these. They're not realities, because they are your realities. And the reality of the true reality is the one you deal with every day. Mathematics. You can't see mathematics, but it's all around you. It's visible everywhere. And you can do things with it. Powerful things with it. Miraculous things with it. You can't say about any other those so-called religions that you wrapped up in. You can't say that about them. Not at all. There's no religious gas, religious food, religious bombs. They can't produce anything, nothing. You can't find any religion that produces anything, nothing. See? You can't put religious gas in your car. Can't put prayer in your car. There's no car that runs off of prayer. Not one. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. So let me set my set my timer here. So again, there's not one that produce anything. But yet you still believe in them. That's why we need to do critical analytics. And the fact of the matter is, most of you cannot apply critical analytics because of your religious background. Because your religious background tells you, do not trust critical analytics. Just believe. Just believe. Believe in whatever thing they told you about, some deity or whatever. Just believe in it. Right? No facts, no proof. Just believe in it. You teach your children the same thing. And then you wonder why they fail. Because you tell them that mathematics and reason and logic is not the key to their success. As far as your Christian concerned, you tell them Jesus is the key to success. Have faith in Jesus. Without that, you will have no success. So then you can understand why they're being whipped, being defeated, being imprisoned, and murdered. See? So the question is, what vision will win the war of Armageddon? So we're going to talk about vision. See, in order to do anything, you have to have vision. You have to have vision, have idea in your mind. Before you can build anything, you have to have a blueprint. You have to have a vision. See, what vision do you have? Do you have a vision? Because the vision is what you're working towards. So as a false vision, that means you waste your energy because you're giving all your efforts to an energy, right, to a vision. That's a faulty vision. So, and you're going to fail. It's like going down 100 miles an hour down a dead end street, right? You're going to run into a brick wall. So all that, you just wasting your time and you end up in destruction. So you have to have the correct vision, see? Because right now, you're working towards some vision that you have in your head. Now, if that's the wrong vision, all your energy is being wasted because you don't understand how the nature of things work. We all have the same amount of energy, all, no exception. I know you don't understand that, but that's a fact. But we all have the same amount of energy. The difference is quality, how you apply it, how you use it. So if you say, I'm gonna be a doctor, then that's what you, how you apply your energy. So that's the object, that you're going to achieve if you keep applying the energy necessary to achieve it. Or you want to be a lawyer, or you want to be a priest, or you want to be this. Then you have to apply your energy in that direction to get it. What you have to do. It's not going to happen by itself. So you have to have that vision. See? And then you have to apply the energy in that direction. But if you have no vision, right, then the energy is going all over the place. You waste it, so you're not going to go anywhere. You got to have a vision. And the clearer that vision is, the more successful you be in that task. It tells you in the Quran, right, if you have vision of this world's life, then you'll obtain it. Because that's how you apply your energy. But you will have no portion in the next life, in the hereafter. Not after you die, but in the hereafter. See? Because you didn't apply energy to obtain that. So you will not obtain it because you didn't apply energy to obtain it. It's not going to happen just because you hear, oh, we get it hereafter. No, you have to create the hereafter for yourself. It's too hard for some of you to understand, but that's a fact. So you got to be careful how you direct your energy and who's guiding you, who's telling you how to apply your energy. Are you applying energy to help yourself or help them? Are you creating their vision or your vision? Now, as I said, time is the process of converting formlessness into form. Energy is just formlessness. Energy has no form. We have to give it form. We have to make the star. Even Cavey tells you he doesn't understand why the universe is not formless. Because it's just an explosion, like he said in the Big Bang, it should be formless, just be gas all over the place. But he says it has form. And they don't understand why it has form. They tell you that. Read their books. They tell you they don't understand why it has form. Because we gave it form. We gave it form. We gave form to formlessness. We gave form to formlessness. That's how we make time. Because if it stayed formless, there would be no time. So it took time, it took energy to make this happen. So it took time applied in that direction to break the universe as we see it today. 76 trillion years of work. Didn't happen by itself. But they want to disconnect you from that. 35,000 years ago was the first religion, connect the creator from the creation. See, it didn't happen by itself. I said, check with the Caveys, they would tell you themselves. They don't know how it got formed. See? It's like you go out there and you give an explosion, boom, and then a car pops up out the explosion. How did that happen? Because it can't happen. Something has to be in there to give it form, take the energy of that explosion and convert it into a car. You need to understand that concept, brothers and sisters. It's very important. Now, this is where we were over 150 years ago. See? We had no form. They took all the form away from us. And we had no vision. We had no form nor vision. And without a vision, people would perish. So you had no direction. We was not forming a future for ourselves. We was forming a future for Massa. He had us given form to his vision. That's what a slave does. Give form to the master's vision, not their vision. to the master's vision. So he converts your energy to, and his vision is not your vision, so you're not going to benefit from it because actually what you're doing is you get more power of you because the more his vision comes into form, the more power he has over you. So the more you work for him, the more you're working against yourself. And in order that, he has to give you his mind, so now you will work in direction to form his vision for him. He has to give you a mind to do that. See? And that mind was Christianity, because Christianity tells you to do just that. Work hard for master, love master, no matter what he does to you, forgive master, obey master, right? So it was help master create his vision. And somehow you will be rewarded after you die, but you'll still be working for master because the picture of master, your God, is on the wall and he's white. That means you're going to still work for master after you die. That's the only vision they allowed you. That vision was to help them create their vision. Help them give form to their vision. And so we look around now and we see their vision taking form, right? And they use you and still are using you to give form to this vision. Because when you're working for them, when you're serving them, when you listen to them and you're obeying them, you helping give form to their vision. And you look around you and this is their vision. This is their form. Look around you. Everything you see, cars, computers, laptops, cell phones, planes, rockets, trains, whatever right, buildings, you help give form to their vision. That's not your vision. They're trying to convince you, right? That vision is for you. That's their vision. It's not your vision. And you will never be happy in that vision. But they try to make you think you're happy in the vision because they got a secret weapon that you don't understand. Is that's demons. That's their children that look like you, that convince you, right, to continue on because they have to keep reinforcing that vision that they gave you to work for them. So you have to have somebody look like you. So you listen to them, right, to keep you forming their vision for them, forming their reality for them. And you don't have no idea where that reality is going. If you did, you'll snap out right away because the end result of that reality is your destruction. See? Because that's their reality. That's not yours. See? They took your reality away from you 464 years ago. They took that away from you. They took your vision away from you 464 years ago. They gave you their vision. Now you're running their software. And that's the vision, that's the form we were in when Master Muhammad showed up on the scene and gave us a vision. See? Because you have to have the vision to start creating, right, the reality of that vision. In other words, to give form to it. First, you have to have the vision, and then you have to apply the effort, the energy to bring that vision into form, to get that vision formed. So Master Muhammad showed up and reinstated that vision. That was our original vision 50,000 years ago. He reinstated it. And then he left a messenger behind to reinforce it. See? And start preparing us, teaching us how to bring that vision into form. How to bring that vision to reality. How to get form to that vision. And that's exactly what Elijah Muhammad did for 47 years. He worked hard to start to bring that vision, give vision form. See? Teaching us how to be self-sufficient, how to take care of ourselves, how to produce for our own civilization, how to produce our form, get us prepared, right? Because that's a stage, right? You start getting prepared. So when we achieve that vision, we're ready to maintain that vision. You have to make preparations. Preparations. If you go into war, you have to prepare for it. If we making a new civilization, we have to be prepared to do it. So we have to learn how to do it. And that's what Muhammad was giving us the basics. See? How to take care of ourselves, how to work together, see, how to organize, how to grow our own food, see, how to set up our own economy. He was teaching us all these things that Master Muhammad taught him, preparing us. Because he is the God. See, what gods do is they create reality. And we're in their wake. Let me put it this way. A God can make a storm happen. So you right there with him. See? So he makes a storm happen, right? And you right there with him. So you're not affected by a storm, but those who are not with him, right, the storm blows them away. Look at it another way. If he's going to drop a bomb to blow away an area to clean it out, so you with him, but if you're in that area, right, then you're going to be blown away too. So if you're not with the God, right, then you become a victim of the new reality he's bringing in. Because that's what makes the supreme being the supreme being. Because he's forward in, he's foremost in bringing in a new reality. He's the essence of us. Because we're all one body. It's like the brain forms first. When you have a child, when a woman's giving birth, when she's incubating a child, the brain forms first and brings the rest of the body along. See? So the supreme being, he's the brain, he's the essence of the brain for that particular time. So he's bringing that reality, right, for that particular time. And so we help him help him bring that reality. And so if you're not, then you become, like, for instance, it tells you in the scripture, right, that all the works of this world is going to be burned up. All of it. Okay, so if you with the God, then you're going to be, right, safe and secure. But if you hear where this place can be burned up, you'll be burned up too. Because you're out of time, you're out of sync. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. See? So, Master Muhammad is leading the way for the physical, giving form, physical form. Suleiman, his job is to lead the way to get spiritual form. Because we have two aspects. See? And the reason we have that because the nature of the creation of the time. That's why I said we two. Oh, the two. You can't, well, even the Sunnis, they don't want to call them what they are. They say, well, it's going to be two, Jesus and Mahdi, but they don't understand the nature. But say it will be two. That's going to lead this, that's going to bring this new reality in. They're telling you, but they say, well, they're doing it at the behest of Allah. So why do Allah need two? Because they don't understand the nature of Allah. But it's two that's bringing in this new reality. One bringing in the physical reality, one bringing in the spiritual reality. It says right there in the Quran, it says in the Bible also. See? So if you against that reality, then you will be destroyed in the process of them bringing that reality into existence. Because if you're not in sync with that reality, right, then you're going to be destroyed by that reality. If you're not in sync of the new reality they're bringing in, then you'll be destroyed by it. That's why I said the difference between a believer and a disbeliever. So, Master Muhammad is bringing the physical reality, make all things new. It says, Suleiman the Lamb, it says in AL-INJIL, Revelation, he'll bring in the spiritual reality, be both. See? So, because he's the only one to break the seals, and Master Muhammad's the only one that could build that awesome, dreadful wheel. It says in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. So we're going to talk about that too. See, because what's the Word? We're going to talk, but we're going to go into we're going to go into what it means, what time means. You need to understand, because everything is about time. Everything is about time. Everything is about time, bro. It says when your time is out, you no longer exist. Everything is about time. You need to understand what time is. So we're going to go into it in more detail. Like I said, time, right, is the process of turning formlessness, give formlessness form. Because if there's formless, there's nothing happening, right? There's no time. But the process of giving it form that's what time is. And you need to be a time lord, because we're all moving forward in time. See, since I started, maybe 10, 15 minutes ago, I'm 15 minutes further up. Now, we have 15 years, that's gone. 15 minutes ago, it's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. Only thing exists is right now, and now is constantly the future. Everything, the future is constantly being made. How it's being made? By what I'm doing right now. The second from now will be based on what I'm doing right now, based on what you're doing right now. You're making your future. You're creating your future. The problem is, are you creating a future that's in sync with the Supreme Being? Is your future in sync with the Supreme Being? That's what you're a believer or a disbeliever. You have these time makers out here, they telling you, oh, they know everything. Well, Prophet Muhammad is the last prophet, still the prophets. They don't even understand what that means. Our time makers, well, Elijah, see, they're lost in time. So they're going to be victims of time. Time moves on. That's why I constantly update the scripture. Elijah Muhammad said in the Bible, it says right there in the scripture, the messenger of the covenant would be the one that would come and fulfill the covenant. He would come to Elijah's temple. But they said, well, Elijah's the messenger of the covenant. He could come to his own temple. Nothing. See, if you are going the wrong direction, and you want to go in the wrong direction, or you don't have the ability to see properly, then you're going to justify. See, the human brain has ability to justify anything. So you justify your ignorance. Because it's right clear right there. That's not, but not well. Well, because you already made up your mind what you want to do. So instead of going to scriptures and use it for guidance, use it for confirmation. It's a difference. You're looking at scripture, look for verses to confirm your BS instead of looking for guidance. That's the difference between a believer and disbeliever. And so you keep looking for your confirmation and see where it gets you. Because I'm just telling you the facts. We don't distort scripture here. We set 100%. And there's no way you can read that other than the fact is that it says there's two messengers. Elijah, and then the messenger of the covenant will come and clean up. You want to say he cleaned up Elijah's mess? Or you saying Elijah cleaned up Master Prophet Muhammad's mess? Because whoever comes, he cleans up somebody's mess. So, and if you're ignorant, then you need to be lost, because we don't want you. See, time is one way of removing ignorance from any situation, by definition. Okay, here we go. Now, after Elijah Muhammad, right, 40-some years, reinforcing, teaching us how to prepare, right, for a new civilization coming in that we have to bring in. So we have to start working on it. So we started working on it. Started teaching us, started getting our feet wet. And then, as the scriptures tell us, in his departure, because it actually said that these clowns was, read Thessalonians, the son of perdition, says they were actually plotting against Elijah, but he had to be taken away because they was plotting against him. Farrakhan, well, who's plotting? Well, it's Farrakhan. They was all plotting, and some others. It's plotting against him. He was taken away, and then that says when he would be fallen away, because there was no nation of Islam after Elijah Muhammad. There was no nation of Islam, so it fell away. I mean, can it be any simpler than that? It fell away. So they started this new thing called Babylonians. And then you have, like any teacher, once you get to the lecture, then you get the test. So we had to test to see if we were ready to bring in this new reality. Because we don't want to bring in a piece of garbage. It has to be pure, perfect, right? Because it's going to last forever. And if there's imperfection, that imperfection grows as the unit as it grows. And you have a perfection of something, right? As it grows, that perfection just gets worse and worse and worse, like a cancer. So that's what happened. What you have then is Farrakhan. He's the test. See? To see if you understood what Elijah Muhammad said, and were you preparing, and you will continue preparing. But no, you didn't, because he took all that away. Because ask yourself, what vision is he giving you? Remember, people without a vision, what vision is he giving you? Analyze the vision, and you know everything you need to know. Analyze the vision first, and then look at, right, the process to bring that vision into reality. See if they're consistent. First, see if you have a vision to begin with. What is his vision? Is his vision the vision that Master Muhammad came, let my people go? Elijah Muhammad said, we must go, to stay here would be fools. Is that the vision? Is that the vision? Because you can't answer that, because most of you can't answer that because you're liars and thieves and you're jealous and you think you want to be the one, but you don't want to go to the sacrifice, and you think, some of you think, well, Farrakhan is on his way out, so I'm going to be a big man or whatever. You got all these dreams, got stars in your eyes. See, because you ain't out here to help our people. You got here to rip our people off, to exploit our people. Because you ain't here to tell them the truth. Because if you did, right, you would be with this behind this message. Because this message is totally clear. And it's a free gift. Nobody asked you for anything. See, what vision is he giving you? Is he giving you the vision of promised land? No. He said we're not going anywhere. He's telling you America's going to be destroyed, but he's telling you we're going to stay here. Now, square that one. Straighten out and explain that one. If America, he showed you, for all of America, the whole country is burning up, but he said we're going to stay here. So, unless there's some little spot on there that's covered asbestos, right? Some oasis that's fireproof that you're going to be in, that means you're going to burn up right there based just on what that book says. So what vision he's giving you? What is the vision that he's giving you? What is the vision that he's giving you? Ask yourself that. Ask the vision he's giving you. Only thing they're telling you is that one day you're going to run America. One day you're going to be in control of America. America that Elijah Muhammad, Master Muhammad said, and the Bible says it's going to be destroyed, burnt up. It says right in Malachi, it's all over the Bible. But he says one day you're going to rule it. That's the vision he's giving you. And then one day we're going to bring whites into the NOI. I got the tape. He's saying it. Video. That's the vision he's giving you. That we're all going to be brothers and sisters one day. See, he's going to get rid of all this poison mind, and everybody's going to have a clean mind, and we're all going to live happily here in America. That's the vision he's giving you. Is that Elijah Muhammad's vision? Is that the God's vision? Is that Master Farad Muhammad's vision? Is that the vision of the Bible? That's the vision he's giving you. So first of all, ask yourself what vision he's giving you. See? He said, oh, well, Sunni land, that's another, right? We're going to Sunnis. How are they doing nowadays? That's the vision he's giving you. Now ask yourself the second question. See? Is he going to be around for that? That's not the second question. Because he got 2 feet in the grave right now. Either way, is he preparing you? See, if he's saying that's your vision, what is he doing to get you to achieve that vision? Remember, first you get the vision, and then you start working towards the fulfillment of that vision to get that vision formed. What is he doing to get that vision formed? What is he doing to give that vision form? What is he doing to give that vision form? Nothing. Is he building any schools to teach you how to take care of this country you're going to take care of? Is he setting schools for that? Is he teaching you? He's teaching you how to run businesses, how to electricity, military, water, agriculture, any kind of science. Is he preparing you that? He building schools for that? Because he's not doing anything for economics. Because he said, well, I ain't about economics after he was called out on that. Because he's been begging for money for economics for 40 some years. And he has no evidence of any kind of economics anywhere except for him. With his $1,000 glasses on, shades on, his pretty little gowns he wears, the skirts, and his little mess he's living in. But I don't see any evidence of any economic vitality, economic anything. So he said, well, I'm into developing people. Okay, developing for what? Because you're not developing them to build, to bring in a new civilization. If that's the vision you gave them, they're going to run America, so how are they going to do it? Are you preparing them for it? If you don't see that, brother and sister, then you're a fool. You deserve everything that you're about to get. You're a fool. That's what it says. My people, he says, you're going to be saved, but he says you will by no means go unpunished. What do you mean go unpunished? Why unpunished? What do you mean by go unpunished? What do you mean by that? Because you rejected the truth. So you got to go to a tribulation for it. We're trying to avoid that for you. But those who are now in the ark were drowned. Period. Hold on, brothers and sisters. Okay, we had a little noise there. That's it, brothers and sisters. This is very clear. Clear message. It's totally biblical. It's totally exactly what Exodus says. It says that there'll be mass from how will come to God. He raised Elijah, right? Elijah insisted on having a spokesman. God didn't want it. He was against it. He got angry at Moses because he insisted on having a spokesman. He didn't want it. Farad did not endorse Farrakhan. He was against it. Elijah Muhammad insisted. Elijah Muhammad insisted. See? And then Farad was right because he turned hypocrite. We got the tapes. You don't have to take tapes. Look what he done. And would deceive the people and lead the people aimlessly for 40 some years in the wilderness. That's exactly what he's done. Because like I said, he gives you no vision. Ask yourself, if he dies there tomorrow, what happens of this so-called Nation of Islam that he claims he's rebuilt? What happens to it? If he dies today or tomorrow, what happens? Who leads it? He tells you, oh, well, he got his student, he don't even call them ministers. See, Farrakhan doesn't have a Farrakhan, so he call them all student ministers. That means they don't know what the hell they're talking about because they're students. He has a name successor. All the money that there is in his name. So that means his family's got that and they're gone. You can't see any of that. So you get these little clowns out here position themselves, right, to pick up the pieces. See, oh, I'm the seventh angel. I'm this, I'm that. See, they haven't broken one seal. They have no idea what they're talking about. See, they don't want to accept the message of the covenant that's talked about because they want to be the big guy. They don't believe in any of this stuff. They just want to be the big guy. See, like Silas. So you take care of them. See, so you can admire them, worship them. But the message of the covenant refused to have you worship him because you're God's too. See, we ain't looking for anybody. We refuse to let you give him money. We don't want your money. You can't give it to me if you wanted to. I don't want it. If I'm a God, why do I need your money? Why do you take care of me? It says, Quran tells you, God is self-sufficient. But he needs your money because he's giving it. And where's he doing with it? He's benefiting himself, fatness. He's fattening himself up with it. See? See here. What's going on here? Okay, we're good. So you can answer those questions. That's up to you. It's your life you're playing with. It's your energy you're wasting. Because if you taking your energy, what are you building with your energy? What is he telling you to do with your energy? What's the vision? How are you applying your energy? Are you applying energy to help yourself to build your nation? Or are you using energy to help build his fiefdom or to build the enemy's Because tell him you stay here. See? He's not telling, I mean, how he's going to bring this, he's not telling you, he said, well, you're going to run the country one day. Well, what, he should be teaching you politics, right? He'd be making you politically astute so you could take it over politically. So if you ain't going to take it over politically, then you'll take it over militarily, then he should be building an army. So if you're not going to take it politically, you're not going to take it over politically, you're not going to take it over militarily, then you must go take it economically. But you ain't building the damn thing. You ain't building wealth or anything. So how the hell are you going to achieve that goal, that vision that he's telling you he's giving you? Critical analytics, brothers and sisters, we just point out to you. It's up to you to decide. Because we're not telling you what to do. And this is the situation. We're right here in this furnace. See? And Farad, Master Muhammad came, Elijah Muhammad came to give us, right, the vision, right, to get out of it. See? And so I teach us how to get out of it. Right? But the enemy, he went to shut all that down. He was afraid of Elijah Muhammad. He saw the threat. Because if Elijah Muhammad prevails, right, then we will stop help building, bringing their vision into reality and start building ours. We'd already started with Elijah Muhammad, and we would continue. And those two visions will eventually conflict with each other. See, well, they are in conflict, understand? But eventually, they're going to war with each other. See, because both of those visions can't coexist. So that's the vision that got you over there on the right. See? Suleiman has you in the vision over on the left, bringing the seven seals, right? To get you out of that furnace. See? But they got you on the right, right? See, that cross, there's the fire, that's the fire that's fueling the furnace. That's the fire that's fueling the furnace. Okay? And that's what Farrakhan is promoting. You say, no, you ever check Scientology? You know what their symbol is? It's a cross, isn't it? Right? Don't you know that it's just an upgraded form of Catholicism? What is Catholicism all about? The confessional. What you think ordering is. They trick you over and over and over again. That's what he's leading you to. Because it's all bullshit. See? And you're even paying for it. That's the vision he's giving you. That's not the vision of the promised land. That's not the vision of the Quran. That's not the vision of the Bible. Talking about gardens where rivers flow. Gardens wide as heaven and earth. Right? Sitting on raised couches, on beautiful lawns and stuff. That's not the religion. You understand? Their religion, what you see around you, it says all this we burn up. All their works we burn up. That's the religion that Farrakhan's. So you stick with it. Because you not get to the hereafter unless you create it for yourself. And if you're not, and we all working together because we're one body. So if you're not helping us create that vision, then you're not going to get part of that. You think you're just going to get it? See, the point is, we went through 464 years with these people. So you earned it, right? You earned. So you said, well, you earned it. Why I got to do anything? Well, you know, you go and buy a car, but you still got to drive to the lot, don't you? Then it'll get a lot by itself. That's what God said, okay, here's the promised land. He gave it to Joshua. Now you go take it. Because people's living there already. Give it form. I mean, we qualified to give it form. See, because what we did, going through this, it made us, create us to a new creation. That's what the Bible tells you. A new creation, right? See, where we're able to give greater form to form a system we were able to do it before. So we put ourselves, that furnace, as I said, we was put in the furnace of affliction, right, to purify us. So that's done. That's the price we paid to be what we are right now. See, to be the gods. Now, it's time to take back everything that was taken from us. See? Nobody else went to that price. So if you don't go to the furnace, you don't get purified, do you? So they still maybe go, but they're not purified. But we got purified, so now we're going to bring in a pure reality. That's what it means, brothers and sisters. You already paid the price already. That's the price you paid, right? To give you the form, right? The ability that you have now to take. I put it that way. You paid the price to have the ability, right? To take back everything that was taken from you. Because now you had the ability. But you got to do something with it. You may have the ability, right, to paint or to make a paint or to make a painting, or ability, right, to run a mile in 4 minutes, but you got to do it. Ability just means you had ability, but now you're going to do it. So you paid the price and had ability. So now you have the ability. No one else has that ability but you. And that's why I try to shut you down. You're not going to be able to do it because you already paid the price. Only one can kill you right now, bro and sister, is you. Only one can destroy you right now is yourself. No one can destroy you but yourself right now. See, they give you a wrong vision. It's like an elephant. He's powerful, right? But if he's running fast and he runs off a cliff, he killed himself. No one else could do anything. He had to kill himself. So they give you a vision that's running off the cliff, and you follow that vision, and you're going to run off a cliff. We're trying to give you the correct vision. See, because you're working with your enemy's vision right now. You're helping him with his vision. See, this is our vision. This is our vision. This is the correct vision. But they got you distracted to their vision. They got you distracted to their vision. You help build their vision, which is destructive to you. It's our vision. See, restore the earth, purify the earth, bring it back biologically, clean it up, because they destroyed it. Chemical, global warming, right? Climate, what do you call it? Climate control, whatever they call it, right? Okay. All they destroyed our reality. They destroyed it right in front of your face, and you let them do it. They just, because they got to come up with an excuse. They say, well, we know it's bad, so we're going to do something about it. But we can't do it because the public won't vote for it or whatever. That's just an excuse. Because they thought this world was going to be destroyed and nobody could live on it. You think they'd put it to a vote? You think they'll put it up to a vote? You know, if America's attacked in war, they don't vote on that. The president just start kicking ass. So if they thought this was an emergency, because this was a greater emergency than that. This is much far greater emergency than that. So why they got to put it to a vote? If the world is about to be destroyed, right, environmentally, that wouldn't be a vote. They make you think they're doing something while they continue destroying it, because that's their vision. Because they have to, because this environment is against them. They're at war with it. They've been at war since their creation. See? What you see over here, right, that's their vision. That's the vision you see around. They head towards it fast they can. See? They want that. Mechanical world. Mechanical being with a biological brain inside of it. That's a side called cyborg. That's the world they rush it to. Rush it fast as they can. See? And they take it. Remember, they're working towards it. That's what I'm saying. You have to create, you know what I'm saying? You have to give form to formlessness. So they take in the form that we made, the biological world, and they give it their own form. They're taking this form, our form, and give their own form. But they got to get rid of our form. And in the process of creating their form, that means they're destroying our form. You understand what I'm saying? They're saying this technology, remember, this is their way of giving, this is how they're giving reality form, this technology. Aren't they telling you this technology is destroying our technology, our vision, our biological world? Isn't they telling you that? Don't you understand it? The two visions can't work together. So they ain't stopping. They had to stop one bit. They have slowed down one bit. They keep, oh, it's bad, bad. But they slowed down at one bit. So they talked about climate, all this stuff. Global. Have they stopped, slowed down one iota? No, because they're moving even faster. Because that's the world they're trying to bring on the right there. And that they're telling you that world is destroying our world. And you help them build that world, and you have no place in it. See? Because this is the world on the left here. That's the world that Quran, the Bible tells you we're moving towards. We're supposed to. That's the world Master Prophet Muhammad's bringing in. That's what I'm telling you about. The message of the covenant. Giving you the mind for it. Because it said that mind had to be restored. They're doing everything to destroy it. So if our mind, if ours prevail, because remember, it says we're going to destroy all, burn up all of their works. Because the two are not compatible. And their idea is destroy all of ours. How are they going to do it? We think all these nuclear weapons, they say they got nuclear weapons to destroy the planet 100 times over, the surface of the earth 100 times over. But they can live in that environment. See? Metal, don't worry about radiation and stuff like that. This is the world they can build in that environment. It would be a problem for them. But we wouldn't be able to live in it. Keep listening to Farrakhan and those fools out there. Hey, man, I'm the seventh angel. And this is a transition point. This is where we are right now, right there on the left. The lull you to street, the lull you to sleep, to make you think, hey, this is good, see, because that's good, see, we all come together, we all one, producing demons, see? Because to keep your mind focused on building this, because the ultimate goal is to left, the lower right-hand corner, that's the ultimate goal. Because they're telling you this is destroying what's up there, other world. They're telling you that. They're telling you every day. Global warming. Climate, I forget what the word to use, climate, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. See? It says the God's going to destroy those who are destroying Earth. How do you destroy Earth? With this technology. You think it's great technology. Well, the Bible doesn't say it, and the Quran doesn't say it's great. It says it's going to be all burned up. See? So now they got the demon vision, that's transition vision, right? To get you, right? Help focus, and a lot of you are buying it because the demons are convincing you, because they're all around you. Some of them are your spouse and everything else, convince you, right, that this is the proper dream, right? Because we're going to stay in America, we're going to build America. That's what Farrakhan's telling you. While they rush to bring in that which destroys total environment, and you too. See? Because if America is going to be destroyed, as Elijah Muhammad said, then why is Farrakhan telling you we're not going to go anywhere? Why is he telling you that? Elijah Muhammad made very clear, America will be destroyed. It says in the Bible, it says in the Quran, it says all these works, this stuff, all this can be. They say they think they're good. They think they make goodly manifest. All this stuff is going to be destroyed, wiped out. So why is he telling you you're going to stay here? And you don't get it? That's the vision he give you. So you give all your energy, right, to build something that's going to be burned up. Because if you're not giving your energy to bring in the new reality, the new heavens, new earth, if you're not then you're not going to get it. The Quran says, those who work for this world, work for this world will get it. Those who are here will get it. You have to put remember, it's not this. I keep trying to tell you, you have to make it your energy. You have to take your energy and purchase it. So that means you start working for it. You have to bring that reality in for yourself, and we're all working together because we're one body. So we have the same vision. See, we have the same vision. That's not saying that we all think like, no, because we have the same vision. Like I said, your heart and your lungs, they all have different functions, but they all work together. So you might like chocolate cake, I might like vanilla cake, but still like cake. So nobody's gonna force you to like chocolate cake if you like vanilla. You understand? So, but we all work together, and because all the pieces come together. And how many ingredients does it take to make a chocolate cake? How many ingredients does it take to make a? So in other words, all of us are the ingredients that's gonna make all of us. That's a nice way of putting it, I think. All of us are the ingredients, individual all together, that will bring in the new real reality. And they're trying to stop that. See? Trying to short circuit it. See? Because you need sugar, right? You need what? Baking powder. I don't know. I never made a cake, right? Right? Icing. You know, all the ingredients. So we're all part of the ingredients, brothers and sisters. They don't want you to know that. Oh, we're all the same. We're all part of America. That's bullshit. That's that demon vision to get you off your guard while they rush to help bring in their vision. Okay? This is the vision of the Quran, the vision of the Bible. This is the vision of Farrakhan, the vision of Elijah Muhammad. That's not the vision of Farrakhan. Because America, no matter how you look at it, right, it's destroying the environment. And it's getting worse every day. It's destroying. So they're not bringing a biological world. So here we are. We're struggling out here in America. Dr. Yakub, Dr. Shabazz, the biological world or the analytic or the mechanical electronic world. We're slugging out here. Which one, what vision is going to survive? See, because they're planning to blow this all pieces. They're telling you they're about to go to war with China. That's a nuclear war. Why would they? They would be very reluctant to even talk about something like that. They'd be very reluctant. They'd be, right? They kind of like talking about like, hey man, like the baseball game's about to happen. You see? That's what we're talking about it. And you understand it. It's like that'd be the last thing they'd be trying to avoid, but they ain't. They tell you they expect to be war with, nuclear war with Russia and China. How do you think it's going to turn out? How do you think what impact that has about? If you think global warming, right, and all that stuff is really bad right now, what do you think a nuclear war would do to it? It finish it off. And where do you think you're going to be? Then they're going to do something special for you? This is what they're planning. So I think this is it. Okay, let's back up here for a second. Because I want to bring up something else here right quick, and then we'll finish. We talk about time and vision. You have to have a vision. See? Once you have the vision, then you have to have the energy, right, to get that vision, right, form. That's what time is all about. Giving energy form, but you first have to have vision. Vision has to be in your mind. That's what you're operating on. Some of you have the vision, well, I'm just going to get to heaven. So you're doing everything you can, and you know, to get to a place that doesn't exist because you can't prove it. So that means you're a loser in this world's life and the hereafter. Talking about some people are losers in this world's life and the hereafter because they don't have a vision for this life. They don't have a vision for the hereafter either. They totally lost. So my purpose is to get you understand that. Because you cannot return unless you have a thorough knowledge yourself. And some of you think that, oh, somehow good things are going to happen to you without you making it happen. You have to make it happen. You have to make it happen. Now you have the energy to make it happen. You didn't have the energy I mean, you had the vision, but you didn't have the energy to make it happen for the last last 50,000 years, really. Particularly last 6,000 years, especially last 400 years. You had the energy to, but now you do. Now the question is, are you going to make it happen? The question is right now, is your enemies is trying to divert your attention, give you an alternate vision so you don't focus on, it's like, here's the directions, go someplace, right? And you're in a race. So you're in a race to go from maybe Tampa to Newark, right? So you want to take the shortest path. So the enemy knows that too. So if he can get you to go down some side street or something, that'll give him an edge because he's got the shortest path. You take the longest path, so he can beat you. So that's what I'm saying. Because they had a race here. They're trying to divert your mind in the wrong direction or sidetrack it. Because they know if you create your future, right, based on your vision, that's toast for them. They toast. So you need to understand that concept, brothers and sisters. You understand that concept. Saying you have to make your vision. I mean, you have to make your future. Your vision is given to you. It's correct vision. See? But it was taken from you, but now it's restored, and now you have the time to make it. And you have to understand how this works because the idea is, I had a little note here. Oh. The idea is, okay, take for instance, the scriptures tell you, first, at the beginning there was the Word. Right? And the Word was with God. What is the Word? Word is pressure. See? Word is pressure. That's what words are. They're pressure. Pressure waves. That's what I tell you. Beginning was the word pressure. Because that's what it is. Force, pressure, same thing. That's the most fundamental principle. Without force, there's nothing. That's what energy is. But the word was with God. See? And the word became flesh. Or it took form. It's telling you right there. Those books are mathematical books. And so we're going to talk a little bit about here, and then we're going to close. As I said in the beginning, the language. Because an engineer has language. There's an engineering language. A doctor has their doctor language. Architects have architect language. So in other words, to give your universe form, you have to know the mathematics, the principles, right? To do that. You have to know how it works. See? If you're going to use steel, you need to know the properties of steel to use it. So you have to know how it works. Because how does force work? Because you got to give it form, so you have to know how it works, how the material works, so I can use what you can do with it. See? And that's the language. Because you have to understand the nature of the universe. To give it form, because certain laws, just to have certain laws, that you have to observe, like engineers, certain laws, right? Pilot, certain laws, right? Aerodynamic laws. So you have to know the laws of the universe in order to control the universe, to give it form. And those laws are pressure. That's the language of the universe. And there's only 3 variables you have to be concerned with, right? I said temperature, how fast atoms are moving, pressure with collisions, the frequency and intensity of their collisions. Because we're in A volume. Volume is how many there are in that volume, like in a balloon. How many molecules you have in that balloon, right? How fast, how much they collide with each other. So how fast they're moving. That's the heat, like a pressure cooker. You apply heat to it. And so then you get the molecules, the water molecules move around faster and faster and faster. That means it's heating up. See? And then it starts colliding with greater frequency. That's the pressure. That's why I call it pressure cooker. That's the only two things you need to know. That's the language. And then once you understand the language, like alphabet, you got what, 26 letters? And then you have to put them together. So you have to put those three things together, and all you need to know is three things, and that's the language of the universe. The Bible and the Quran is based off that language. I had to learn that language before I was able to break the seals. If I hadn't broke that language, I wouldn't have been able to break the seals. Because the Bible and the Quran and the Injil are all based on that language. And that's why it helped me break the seals, because I recognize that language in the seals. I recognize that language in this Injil. That's how I was able to break the seals. That's why no one ever could do it before me, because they didn't understand the language, you understand, of the Injil. And I recognized the language in there, but I already knew the language, but I recognized in it, that allowed me to break the seals. You understand that? I keep explaining. That's why it says, Abraham said, give him the book and the wisdom. That's the wisdom. So you understand that. So when you look around today, right, you can read. You don't need the news. You can read the world. You can read the reality today. Because okay, let me say a couple of things here. The Quran tells you it's momentous in the heavens and earth, but coming of a sudden. Now the Bible tells you it causes jubilees coming every 50 years. Energy wave comes back every 50 years because the universe is contracting, so the energy coming back. So now we're coming out of energy deprivation. So we've been suffering for 50,000 years, and now we're coming out of it. So now we have enough energy to start bringing our civilization back together. See? So every 50 years, the first 1860s, right, was the first one. So that gives enough energy to break out physical change. 1910s, right, that's another 50 years later, he had to break out mental change with Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Garvey, Elijah Muhammad, Master Muhammad. 50 years later, right, in the 60s, 1960s, 1860s, 1960s, 100 years later, 50 years, right, 2 times 50, right, broke out social change, all that Jim Crow stuff, broke all that stuff up. So now we're 50 years later from that, and now we break all change. Now we're going to step back on the throne, take everything back that was taken from us. So that's what you have to understand. So you have to understand the language. Where do we get the energy from, right? That's where we get energy. So now it's like a pressure cooker. So now you turn the fire on. See? So now you got the fire on, so that's the fire, energy come back. So now you heat up the fire. So now you're creating, so now you get temperature moving around, now you got the molecule moving around fast. So people start moving around faster now. So that means you got more collisions, right? And the process, and in this situation, the population is growing, so that means that you got even more in there. So that increases the pressure itself, because as the population grows, the aspect. So then you understand that as the pressure goes, that means you're going to have more collisions. What's collision? Collision is interaction with people. That means that collisions will be more frequent and more intense. So eventually it might be, when it's not that much temperature, right? Then, it's casual, right? You bump into somebody, whatever. Then it gets more violent. It gets more violent. So now you see all this violence. That's telling you, that's how you read, understand the language. Then you understand, because you understand language now of the world, of the universe. So they say, hey, that means the pressure is building. Then the point is, how much pressure can they take? Because when you have collisions, right, it gets more power. So in other words, if you have collision between plastic balls and steel balls, the plastic balls is not going to make it. So that's why I tell you, got different types. They said we're all the same. We're not all the same. Or we're all the same. We all the same, just skin deep. They didn't think that for 40 years. All of a sudden, they're telling you that because they're lying to you. Because you got to understand nature of Dr. Yaqub's creation. You got the strata. You got the Europeans, they're the weakest. That's why they have more energy, because they didn't need much, right? Then you have the Orientals. They next after them. Then after them, you have the Asians. Then after Africans, that was last. So we're the strongest. But we have less energy because we have less energy, disposable energy because we need most energy to keep that structure, that strong structure we have. So as the heating up, people move faster, you have more collisions. So who's the first is going to, the collision gets so much that after a while, the collision become greater than the plastic balls, right? The Europeans can take it, so they crush. Because they can move around faster. So where you're going to see all the confusion at mostly? There. Because remember, they're moving around faster because they lower mass times acceleration equals force. So they move around faster. And we move around slower because we have greater structure. But we collide. At some point, the collisions become so great because we steel balls and they plastic. So after a while, right, they start cracking because they can't withstand that pressure. See? But they move out fast. That means they collide more frequently. See, eventually that turns into war. So all this violence you're seeing, right, that's telling you the temperature is rising. And it's also temper is rising. Right? Pressure, depression, they're becoming more depressed. That means they can't handle the pressure. I'm trying to get you to read, understand, sisters and brothers, learn to read, right, your creation. Because you need to read it to control it. So you can read, you don't need a Bible and Quran to read that because you can see it. So that's what you see. Violence is getting, violence everywhere. They got all kinds of reasons. You don't have to listen to those reasons because you know why it's happening. That means it's going to increase. That means that point, if you got people, after a while, it turns into it turns into arguments, then it turns into a fight, then it turns into a brawl, then it turns into what they call a riot. This day, you got a clear civil war. That's what's happening. See, and it happened to Europeans first. See, remember that the Shia are part of the European civilization. There's the Islamic part, right? But they're the strongest of it. So that means they go to war against them. They're going to win because they're stronger. They may be plastic balls with some steel mixed in it. See what I'm saying? So when they bam, they're going to survive that war when all the Europeans get to fight with each other. You see it? You understand? It's so clear when you understand it in the language. They're going to survive because that means the Shia is going to whip them because they're going to war because of pressure. And the weakest is America and Britain. So that means they're going to be the first ones crushed. You see? So that means they're all going to war. Europeans are all going to war. It means she is part of that, but they're the strongest part of it. So when that pressure comes great enough to crush them, the Shia will not be crushed, but the rest of them will be. Then what? So, and the pressure increases, still increasing, right? So that means then they're going to war with China. That's what Angel tells us, right? Who's right behind them? India. Who's right behind Africa? You see it? I'm trying to get you to understand, brother. You can read it. That you need to learn to start thinking and read it. I'm trying to teach you, learn the pressure. You understand it, start thinking that way, and because just like a baby gets learn the alphabet, but eventually you learn more vocabulary, keep learning, and you get very good at speaking the language. So you need to get expert at speaking that language, because then you understand what's going on around you. All this confusion, everything, right? That means collision, anger, temperatures rising. So Angel says the war is going to start at the Europeans. See? And it says Shia is going to win that event. Win that because they're the strongest. See? Then they got to deal with China. That's the next level. And it says India right behind the agents. That's the way it is, brothers and sisters. See? But remember that the Muslim part of each one of those is like they got steel within them. So they're going to survive it. See? But we're all steel. See? But we got a lot of fake steel. See? Got a lot of plastic balls running around, right? That's look like steel. They look like steel, but they're really plastic. We call them, we call them something, what's that stuff that pool balls are made of, right? It's not plastic, what is that? So anyway, it look like steel, see? And they're gonna be cracked in a minute because they're not really steel. They're fake steel. Porcelain, that's it, see? They're silver painted porcelain balls, see? But when the pressure builds, it's gonna find they're gonna crack. That's how you're gonna, that's one way of knowing them. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. That's the point I wanted to get to. I want you to understand the language, the mathematical language. Master Father Muhammad said, you will not be successful unless you learn the mathematical language. I'm trying to teach it to you. You will not be successful unless you learn mathematical language. Islam is mathematics, mathematics, Islam. How many ways I got to tell you? And we're telling you the mathematics of it. I just explained, gave you an easy example. I showed you a simple way pressure works, and I showed you how I look at it, and that's exactly how the angels say things are going to happen. Exactly how the Bible says things are going to happen. Just the way the pressure works. So the more you study it, the more eloquent you will be in speaking the language. Because I can take it heights as you would imagine, bro. So I'm keeping on the low to keep you, to make you understand. See? Because I can get poetic with it once you understand it. Because it's beautiful. See? And you sisters out there, you really, I mean, you, what's wrong with you? That's the language that freed you. I didn't free you. Language freed you because it tells you the pressure field, we all equal. Just different. That knowledge freed you because without that, before they had that knowledge, they could press you because they're using their strength to press you. Because they used their, that was wrong. They were using their strength to press you. They said, well, we got greater strength, so that's tyrant thinking. But once you understand this, the math, the language, you understand that's not true because we're different but equal. And any brother and sister got that knowledge of wisdom, they're not going to try to pressure you anymore because they know you're equal to them. You're just different. 3 times 4 is 12. 2 times 6 is 12. 1 times 12 is 12. It's still 12. It's different but equal. That's the language. That's what I said. Know truth and truth make you free. It said to make the brothers free. It said to make you free, all of you. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. Start learning the mathematical language. So in 3 things you need to, it's only 3 letters in it. Collisions, temperature, and volume. Temperature, how fast molecules are moving. Collisions, right, is how the frequency of their interaction with each other and the intensity. And the volume is how many there is. And the population of the world is increasing. That means that by itself that puts more pressure on the world because the more volume, right? Because the world ain't getting any bigger. So that means they put more pressure. The more people you put in the elevator, right, the more pressure is going to be. So Earth ain't getting any bigger, so the more people is alive, the more pressure. That in itself put pressure. They recognize that, they call it pressure bar. That's why they're trying to cut down the population. But they don't know the whole idea, all the facts behind it. So one thing, when it says it's going to wipe out billions of people, just think about that. Remember, let me say this. The amount of energy you have is the amount of energy that we get every 50 years divided by how many people there are on the planet. So if we get, say, 1 billion units of energy, right? And there's 1 billion people on the planet, each person gets 1 unit of energy, right? But what if there's only 500 million? That means each person gets 2 units of energy. Where there's only 100 million, that means each person gets 10 units of energy, right? Where there's only 1 person, they get the whole billion. So for Rod, he's preparing because he loves you and hates his enemies and our oppressors. He's going to wipe out billions. So all that energy is going to come down to us. So not only we're going to have, that's why I said we're going to change in a twinkle of an eye. Because suddenly, right, you're going to have 100 times more energy than you got right now. Because he's going to wipe out over 4 billion, 7 billion people on the planet. He's going to knock out at least 6 billion of them. That means we ain't got that. You got a pizza, right? If you got to share 100 people, man, everybody get a real thin slice. But we only got to share with 2 people. They get each one get half. So now we ain't got to share energy with all those people. They gone. All energies come down to us. I'm trying to get you to understand how this works, brothers and sisters. We're going to have so much energy in the man. That's why we're going to transform in a twinkle of an eye. We're going to be made, our body start regenerating. Because he's getting rid of all our damn enemies. They deserve it because they've been oppressing us and everything. So they've been risen, so they're getting rid of all of them. That's what it says. So the Bible says it's going to wipe all of them out. So which, the effect that what? That means all the energy comes to us. See? Remember, me telling you, telling them. But it's too late for them to do much about it. You see? But they have an idea, something like that, similar on those lines, right? Because they say, well, there's not enough resource for everybody. So if they get us out, right, then they have more infrastructure for everybody else. So they see it from that point of view. But still, from that point of view, that's enough for them to say, get rid of these niggas because we can't afford them anymore. We can't afford them anymore. Because we got to share America's resources and we got to give all that much to them. If we get rid of them, that means we have more money for ourselves. Think about it, brothers and sisters. Hope you understand. Assalamu alaikum.